Hey guys, welcome to Lovely J Podcast. This is Coco Bowden. What y'all up to? It's gonna be a late dinner for me. I do mean late because it's 10 o'clock tonight. Of course, though it's early somewhere. But for me, it's late, and I know. I shouldn't be trying to eat late, but I'm hungry. I had a little something earlier, just didn't hold me like that, like I thought it would. But yeah, I'm just getting in, and I tell you, listen, you gotta really pay attention to how people treat your children. How they treat you is exactly how they treat your kids too. And yeah, let's chat about that. There's no way you can tell me you like my children and you don't like me. There's no way. And I know, and I'm saying that in the sense of if I know that a person got something against me, I understand that. But how can you look at my child and not see me in that child? Ooh, we had a time today. Some of the women and men at these little dollar stores. I don't know why these people keep trying to test me. But yeah, they do. They keep trying to test me. They be wanting me to get out, and God come through every time to my rescue. Where I don't have to get out and show my butt. But I noticed the hate is like, I see what they doing to these young kids, and I can't stand it. And I'm not just talking about, within my family. I'm talking about other young black kids. I think I talked about this last year, and I'm talking about it again this year, that it was hardly any black students who was excelling. You might find one or two out the entire school that they really could talk about, but other than that, our kids are being mistreated, undertaught. They being undertaught because that's the way the world wants it to be, so that they'll be less educated, so they don't speak up for themselves. So we as parents and grandparents, we owe them to speak up for them. We need to be there for them. That's why I don't understand why some of these grandparents don't take more interest in their kids. Because it takes a village. It takes all of us. Not just some of us, but all of us. And I know how, well, for me, it's not that hard for me to take care of my girls, my granddaughters. It's not that hard for me because when you love does. That's what love does. It just works. Love works, faith works, and I don't I don't I don't question my position in their life. I just live the life that God has given me, and I live it with them. But yeah, it's some nasty acting people out here, and don't think for 1 minute if they can do me like that, and I don't even be knowing them like that, and if they can do me like that, doggone well, they can do you or your family like that. Some of your family members. But anyways, let me get on this Charles and Nella thing. So I was talking about the other night how there are certain content creators who just are fascinated with my life. I'm not kidding y'all. At first when I started realizing that, hey, these people are the scripts that they're playing is actually my real life that I'm living. Take for instance, Peach McIntyre. She goes out and gets a Kia, the same kind as mine, except for she got the van. And everything I do, they do it the next days in their skits. I'm not kidding, they do. It'll be within the next day or the next week. They will use something that I'm doing at home that is my real life. They'll use it as a skit. And I hope you guys know that the reason why I'm in this situation that I'm in is because people have planted me in this situation. I didn't choose for my house to be messed up. Sure didn't. I didn't want my home to be messed up. I didn't want to have to live with the inconveniences that I had to go through, or getting picked on and mocked. I didn't sign up for that. But it comes with the territory, so that's where I'm at in life. But that don't mean I ain't gonna call it out if somebody mistreating me. Cause I'm still gonna call you out if you mistreating me. Some of the worst mistreatment comes from the churches. But them content creators, they eating me up now. They is now. I will say they turn me up. And like people I know, they is too. By mocking my situation, and I guess they think it's good money for them. But I can promise you, all money ain't good money. And you only coming up on somebody else's downfall. Ooh. You know that ain't gonna last long, right? I'm sitting there and I be watching them. Actually, I don't care to watch them, but they keep coming through my news thing. Oh, I hope I did not just drop my eggs. Did I drop my eggs? Oh, thank God. Whew. Y'all, that's what I'm having. The turkey sausage dog and some scrambled eggs. Whew, I thought I dropped them. I'm trying to cook this fast because I'm ready to go watch me a movie. Y'all know it's summertime. But what I'm saying, though, is these content creators, they got to have content from somewhere. And I know when I see myself playing out in somebody's content. Just like at church. Some of these churches, they might see things I post on Facebook, or they might be, part of the eavesdroppers that get to hear my conversations, my private conversations, get to see my private conversations scripted out. And next thing I know, I'm at a church, or I'm at a store, could be a ball game, and I'm hearing people, just talking about things that only I should know. Or whoever I was talking with, things that we should only know. But it's okay, y'all. Y'all do what you got to do to make yourself feel good. Because Coco going to do what she got to do to make herself feel good. Anybody I lost during this time, this season, I didn't really lose. Because they wasn't in my corner anyway. What is this? I ain't making no emergency call. What the world? My phone jumped to make emergency call. No, right? I don't care to see y'all like that. Oh, let's see here. Got these eggs doing these things. But I'm really serious about that. I do see what the content creators are doing, and they're making good money off of my real life story. Yep. I'm not making anything off of it. I mean, I wish I was. At least getting something. At least getting something out the deal. But I ain't getting nothing out of it. I'm going to scramble these eggs, but I already know I'm going to need to heat me up a piece of bread. Certain foods I like to eat cold. And sometimes I just have to have it warm. It took me some while to get used to people doing what they've been doing to me. It did. It took me a while. But now I can say that I just trust God with it all. So that's where I'm going to leave it at. But I do see the content that's coming out, and it's not even funny. They not even funny, because the more they picking on me, people coming back picking on them. So while they think they hurting me, their audience is really picking on them. And sometimes I be wanting to laugh, but then I say, girl, because that's how stupid they are. Don't you laugh. But I do be wanting to laugh. Oh, look at these pretty scrambled eggs. I be wanting to laugh because to see somebody really trying to pretend like they out of water or like they live in a ostracized or what you call it, oppressed life, and they sitting there pretending like they living an oppressed life. Come on, people, wake up. If you're not in oppression, please do not speak that in your life. Don't act that out into your life. And that's what I see them as doing. They're acting that out. And eventually, I may end up being the head over them, and they may be the tail. Because we call to be the heads and not the tails. So when it looks like we're losing, sometimes we're winning. But yeah, I ain't worried about it. It do hurt me sometimes, but I just tell myself, girl, you got something to talk about, and that's why they talking about it. And that's why I ain't giving it no more of my attention. So let's move on. Let's move on. But y'all, I have taken on this thing with my home now, my business. I'm just taking everything one at a time. One thing at a time, one day at a time. My cleaning on Hello Life, if y'all been listening to the podcast and watching the videos I've been posting, I am enjoying cleaning again. I didn't think that, for a long time, I didn't think that I would enjoy cleaning again because I was in so much pain in my back. But then watching other content creators, and this is the ones I'm really thankful for, the content creators who create good things that people like me can use, people with disabilities can use instead of getting laughed at. We can use what we see you do. And so I started watching these cleaning TikToks and cleaning reels and shorts, and I was like, wow. But first I had to have an understanding as to why my cleaning declined, why I got to the point where I couldn't clean the way I wanted to, the way I needed to. I had to address that first, and it was mental. It was some mental things going on there. Anxiety. It wasn't depression. I can thank God that depression never hit, but everything was anxiety. That's what I was dealing with, anxiety. So I was in a state of being frozen because of some of the things that were happening to me. I just froze, and not cleaning up was part of the freezing. And then, I talked about it on Hello Life on Facebook in a post that when you're going through grief, like I just lost my uncle a few days ago. And, he's somebody I've been around all my life. Grief can stop a person from being who they usually are or who they once were before the grief. And for me, when I lost my daddy, before my dad passed, I was really energetic. I was outgoing. I mean, even being a heavier set woman, I had confidence. I was bold. I wasn't fearful. I kept my house nice. My thing was, before I leave the house, before I can go anywhere, I got to clean my house up. Because when I come back home, I want to walk into a clean home, and all I got to do is get in my bed. That used to be my motto that I always told myself until grief hit. When grief hit, I didn't have the strength to clean. I didn't have the strength to even go any place so that I could come back home to a clean home. And grief really tore me up. And so this part of my life at 47, soon to be 48, I'm looking and I'm saying, Lord, have mercy. The worst thing in my life has happened to me. And yeah, it's the greatest thing in my life. The worst thing in my life that I was saying ever happened was becoming a targeted individual. But then through all the hurt, the pain, through all the psychological drama and trauma, it just made me realize that I actually do love people. And it helped me to realize that I have been taking things for granted that others wish they did have. It's somebody somewhere that wish they did have this home, and it's saying in their mind, oh, I would keep that home so clean and nice. Y'all, we having a storm here if you heard that thunder. So it's somebody somewhere that is saying that. And I was taking all that for granted. That at least I do have a home and, I do have a place to come in and sit, and it's not perfect, and even saying that, I need to stop saying that, because it's mine. It's my crib, okay? It's my crib, and going through this targeted individual program has let me know that one thing. It let me know that if you don't already have it in your mind, in your heart, who you are, that you can very well become who somebody else wants you to be, and it don't take much for that to happen. So, I'm just thankful. I'm very thankful right now for where I'm at in life, and even though it's not what it's not. I never dreamed of this. I never dreamed this would be the life. But again, I'm okay. It's okay. Oh, my daughter got me some pretty forks. It's okay, even though this wasn't the life that I dreamed of having. I thought by now, I'd have a lot of money. I would be married. My biggest thing was that I would be married. And the biggest thing that I ain't is not married. And that's okay. But becoming a targeted individual, it opened my eyes, and it made me appreciate the unappreciated things in my life. And y'all, this plate looks so good. It looks so good. I'm going to sit here at the table and eat. I don't think I'll take a picture. Shall I take a picture? It's not, it looks so good. And I even made me a little grilled bread to go with it. Let's see. If I can get me a piece of an area here. With my sausage dogs, I like to dip them in mustard. This new place in life that I'm at right now is like I'm being very intentionally. I'm intentionally living. Because if I was just to take the pain that I've been going through and say, okay, I'm just going to get up and start living regardless of what I'm going through, that wouldn't work for me. Because I've been through so many other situations that are similar. Now I've got to change it up in my mindset that I'm intentionally living the good life. And living the good life means that I'm doing things that, once gave me joy and pleasure. I used to have joy and pleasure on the weekends of cleaning up and knowing that I was coming home to a nice home. And I always had joy having my family members around me. And that's a challenge now. To sit around family members, when I tell you it's a challenge, but I still get it done because I feel like that's a piece of my history. Whether I want it to be or not, that's still a piece of me. And if I don't handle and learn how to self-control around them, if you can't control yourself around family members, who are you going to control yourself around? Right? So that there, it kind of just let me know that I have to learn how to start going around people and start being around people more and get out of the isolation phase that I once ran to. Yep. All right, y'all. So my food is done. I'm finna get off of here. And, I didn't stay too long, but it's okay. Because I'm ready to eat. So if it wasn't for me being hungry, I would stay longer, but I'm hungry. We'll talk again soon. Peace, love, and happiness.